Weeks have passed since that event, and you have gotten stronger when combat training. Almost every day, Rainer, Berthel, or Aaron would ask you to spar with them. You would always end up winning, not out of pure luck. They're always giving everything they got in hopes of defeating you, but you always kept winning, and you think you know why. When being in the Survey Corps, you realize quickly that you have a mental or physical, some kind of ability to read people, like sensing their true emotions and intentions. You found this to be extremely useful when meeting people you don't know. However, you are not sure how you're able to sense movements from around you. You just narrowed it down to having good reflexes. You don't know how or why you've developed these weird senses, but it's proven to be very useful. Of course, Connie and Sasha were amazed by your strength and often come to watch, and apparently others were too. Hey, YN. You looked to see a girl with long blonde hair and blue eyes running towards you. She was a bit shorter than you, and she had a bright smile on her face. Sorry for disturbing you, it's just, she seemed to be nervous with her words. I've been watching your combats with a few boys, and I've been wondering how you beat them. You nervously fidgeted. How do people know your name but forget you're not a talker? The girl then remembered who she was talking to and blushed in embarrassment. Oh, right. I forgot. Do you think you can explain to me by drawing? She suggested. You nodded. Minutes later, you both were kneeling on the ground while you drew diagrams of your attack styles and tips for fighting. The girl was amazed by your drawing skills and was immediately able to get what you were trying to tell her. YN, there you are. You turned around to see Aaron running towards you. You waved at him as he came closer. Mikas is looking for you. He then noticed the drawings. Am I interrupting something? He asked. Oh, was I keeping her too long? The girl asked. Sorry, I was just asking her a question. Aaron immediately got the picture. Oh, she was teaching her tricks? Hey, how come you never teach me any of your tips and tricks? Because fighting you will not be so easy anymore if I did. You stuck your tongue at him playfully. Sorry for keeping you long. Thanks for the tips, the girl apologized. You patted her hair while humming a bit. No problem at all, you thought. You both stood up and dusted yourselves off. I have a friend who's already teaching me, but I don't seem to be improving, so I wanted to try learning some advice from other people. The girl took my hands. My name is Krista, by the way, and I've been a little inspired by your way of fighting. Aaron put an arm around my shoulder. She's great, right? She'll be great in the Survey Corps. Every day I always try to give it my all, but she always finds a way to beat me, Aaron continued. With strength like that, you'll end up getting a spot on the top 10, Krista adds. You let out a nervous laugh, when really you're not. You may be physically strong, yet your mentality was still weak. The next day went by like any other day. You pushed Rainer down to the ground as he grunted in pain. Dang, YN, is it me or is your grip getting stronger? He asked me. You ignored his question and got off him. You were getting ready to walk away until I heard a voice behind me. You call that skill? I saw no fighting techniques nor any action towards your opponent. You looked behind me to see a short girl with piercing blue eyes and blonde hair tied in a somewhat bun. Who was this? Ba-thump. Your heart skipped a beat a little. You could feel your stomach drop, but you kept your composure. Your expression went dark for a split second before you quickly changed your expression, imitating one of confusion. Well, look who finally decided to step in for a change, Rainer teased the shorter, blonde female. I'm not here to socialize, just set something straight. Rainer turned to you. This girl's Annie. I'm sure you saw her a lot. Have you, YN? Annie's stare never left your form. So you're the so-called warrior Rainer's been talking about. I honestly don't see any potential in you. Her words struck you deep. Aw, come on, Annie, don't be so mean to the girl. You haven't even fought her yet. Annie glanced at Rainer for a second before rolling her eyes and throwing the wooden knife in your direction. You quickly caught it as it fumbled in your grasp. You're going to try a charge attack on me. Let's see if you're good at trying not to get pinned down. You gulped a little bit as you closed your eyes, trying to focus. She was standing a few feet in front of you. All you had to do was listen to any slight movement she'll make. Your hands began to grip tightly onto the knife nervously, the boiling sensation making a pit in your stomach. Without even thinking, you charged at Annie at full speed. She tried to kick your shin, but you managed to see her move last second, dodging it. Annie was a bit thrown off, which gave you the chance to wrap your leg around hers and tackle her to the ground. You pointed the knife at her neck, threateningly, as she stared up at you with slight shock. Her eyes slightly widened as you both stared at each other. You thought you won, but Annie had other plans. You sensed she was about to move and began to hold her down. She tried fighting in your grip. She was strong, but you were holding her back. You just held onto her until she grew tired. Bam. Irk, you grunted as she elbowed you hard in the back. Your grip faltered, and then she took the time to attack. Your eyes shot at her angrily, and you lost control. Your mind went blank, and you didn't even realize what you were doing. Hey, knock it off, both of you. It's done. Rainer was pushing you and Annie apart. Your eyes widened as you realized what you've done. You looked at Annie's face, which was covered in slight bruises and dirt. A dribble of blood leaked down her nose. Did you do that? What even happened? You were angry, and before you knew it, you were throwing punches at Annie. You didn't think the fight would get this brutal. Yet at the same time, you felt good. The ringing in your head became louder. You gripped your head as it immediately started to hurt. You didn't need to go that far, Annie. YN got you down. You didn't need to get violent with her. And YN, you shouldn't, huh? Rainer stopped mid-sentence as you noticed you covering your nose and mouth. He could see drops of blood coming from them. You were staring wide-eyed at him back, a nauseous feeling taking over you. You were going to throw up. Oop, you gagged. You got up and ran. Hey, where are you going? I was going to prove my point, Rainer called after you, but you were already far away.